You can thank Toyota's RAV4 for starting the craze of the compact crossover back in 1996. With it being one of Toyota's best-selling vehicles now, the RAV4 makes for a pretty compelling choice for a compact crossover. So let's go ahead and check out this 2017 Toyota RAV4. Now, when Toyota introduced this generation of the RAV4 back in the 2013 model year for the fourth generation, they wanted to inject more emotion and passion into its design. And so far, this has been the best-selling generation of the RAV4. Now, Toyota also updated the vehicle in 2016, and they updated the styling on the inside and out, and they updated the features as well. Now, for the 2017 model year, not much has changed. However, there is a slight price increase, but you do get a host of new safety technologies that do come standard on even our base LE trim, which includes dynamic radar cruise control, a pre-collision system, and lane departure warning. And the value of this new standard safety technology does offset the price increase. Now, here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. You have your lock, unlock, and then your panic alarm. Our trim of the RAV4 we also have here is the base LE trim with front wheel drive. This color is known as the magnetic gray metallic. And you also do have a full-on black cloth interior. Fully manual driver's seat. All right, now stepping on inside of the RAV4 here, it's an okay looking cabin design. I do like how the 6.1-inch touchscreen does come as standard equipment. But overall, it's not too shabby for our fairly basic LE trim level. Now, not much has changed for the interior for the RAV4 for 2017, but the biggest change that they've made is to the gauge cluster, and that was one of my biggest complaints for the 2016 RAV4. But you finally have a new LCD display. It's finally in modern times. Push button ignition is available on higher end trim levels for the RAV4. I love that welcome screen. And what you're hearing there is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder that's also borrowed from the Camry. Coming to your transmission, 6-speed automatic here, manual shiftability, nothing too out of the ordinary. Putting the vehicle into reverse, we'll display your rear view camera with guidance lines. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the headlights. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the RAV4. Now, when Toyota also introduced this generation RAV4 a couple of years ago, they made the vehicle much smaller, and then they also got rid of the available option for a V6 engine and a third row seating option. Now, some vehicles in this class do offer a third row seating option, such as the Nissan Rogue. Coming up front, we have halogen projector beam headlights. You can get LED headlights on higher end trims, as well as LED daytime running lights are also optional. Now, powering the RAV4 is your only engine choice here. It's a 2.5 liter inline four-cylinder that produces 176 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 172 pound-feet of torque at 4,100 RPM, with EPA estimates being a pretty average 23 city, 30 highway with our front-wheel drive model. You can also go for all-wheel drive if you would like, of course. But this is your only engine choice, and some of its competitors do offer more powerful optional engine choices, such as the Ford Escape as well as the Chevrolet Equinox. But there's no turbochargers here or anything like that, and some of its competitors do have that. No competitors of the RAV4. You have the vehicles in the compact crossover class. This includes the likes of the Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, Ford Escape, GMC Terrain, Chevrolet Equinox, and the Subaru Forester. Trims for the RAV4 start at the base LE. You're looking at $24,910. XLE, which is the mid-trim level, $26,830. The luxurious limited, $31,830. And then the top of the line platinum, $34,750. 17-inch steel wheels. You have a blind spot mirror. Total vehicle price for our particular RAV4, you're looking at $26,074. EPA estimates, like I said, 23 city, 30 highway. Overall vehicle score from the government 5-star safety ratings, you're looking at a 5, which is nice. The final assembly point for this vehicle is in Japan. You also do have roof rails on the top, shark fin antenna, rear reflectors, rear window wiper, and an LED third brake light. Power windows, door locks, and your power mirrors are located right here. Interior quality in the RAV4 is pretty average for the compact crossover class. Soft touch materials do abound in some places, but remember we do have a fairly basic LE trim here. But you do have a soft touch armrest and then mid-door panel, which are wrapped in cloth. The dashboard is all hard touch plastic. This portion is even hard touch, but on higher end trims it is soft touch. And then you have this molded stitching, which gives it a slightly more premium vibe inside of here. Build quality is okay. Some trim and pieces do feel a little bit flimsy inside of here, and some of the trim and pieces do have panel gaps. But overall, it's a pretty average interior when it comes to its quality, and it certainly can be better inside of here. And then the upper door panel is also hard touch plastic. Not a huge fan of that. Coming to the steering wheel design, it's an okay looking steering wheel. Some more of that molded stitching on the airbag cover here, but I do like that. Over here you have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, Bluetooth phone controls, voice recognition, and then we also do have your pre-collision system, and then your adaptive cruise control for your high-end safety technologies, and then your controls for the little LCD display, which I'll get to in just a minute. Over here you also do have your lane departure alert with your steering assist. Down here you will find a little storage cubby, a cup holder, and then you also have another cup holder right here. I don't really like how they're separated, but you also do have a USB port with an auxiliary input, 12-volt power outlet, and then your different driving modes. We have eco mode and sports mode, but there's not a huge difference between the driving modes there. It doesn't change the steering a whole lot or the throttle response. And then coming to the center console lid, at least this is soft touch, and then you have an okay amount of center console storage in there. Now, as far as interior space goes, there's plenty of interior space inside the RAV4 here. It certainly doesn't feel claustrophobic. It is a little bit roomier than the Ford Escape, but however, if you're looking for the roomiest interior in the compact crossover class, then I suggest going with the Honda CR-V. The seats are also fairly comfortable inside of here. They provide a good amount of thigh support, and they're nice and soft and plush. I love that. Pretty squishy. And then when it comes to visibility of the RAV4, it's okay, but it's not the best in the compact crossover class. Seeing out of the windshield can be a little bit hard. And then when you get to the front windows, there's a decent amount of glass area. The A-pillars are fairly thin, but rearward visibility can be a little bit better back there. But at least a rear view camera does come as standard equipment. You have a manually dimming rear view mirror, sunglass container, and your map lights are also up here. Coming to your AC controls, very simple and logical layout here. You have your different zones, but they do have a pretty clunky and cheap feel. Don't really like that. And then you also do have the fan speeds, temperatures. You can go for dual zone, automatic climate control, and higher end trims, of course. Coming to the infotainment system and the main head unit, this is the Toyota Entune system. Now, we've seen this many times here before. It's intuitive and user-friendly, slightly dated, but it gets the job done. Coming to your different audio sources, you have all the norm AM, FM, CD player, USB port with iPod integration, Bluetooth streaming audio, and your auxiliary input. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Coming to your car, you have your trip information, so it shows you your fuel economy, then your fuel range, then you have your phone. Hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts, and then an integrated dial pad. You have your seek and track, and then your optical disc drive is also located right there. Coming to your setup, there's many different settings that you could change. such as the clock and the language, units of measurement, and then you can turn off the beep if you like when you click on something. Then you have your voice settings like the voice volume, voice recognition prompts. And right here you have your display. You can adjust the contrast and the brightness. And you have your Bluetooth setup. Then your audio. You can change the number of radio presets. 36 is a lot. And then you have your vehicle. You have your vehicle customization. Overall, it is a pretty nice system. It's very intuitive and very responsive, but it's just the rendering and the graphics are a little dated here. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster here, like I said, in the 2016 RAV4, one of my biggest complaints was that the gauges were really basic looking and looked like they came straight out of the 90s. But that certainly has changed a whole lot here. I really do like the new LCD display that they put in the center right there for your driver information. Then on the left, you have your new tachometer, coolant temperature, and then you have your speedometer and your fuel gauge down there. Coming in the center, it's all controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel right here. This shows you information such as your trip information, average fuel economy, you have your eco indicator, sway warning. Then right here it also shows you if your lane departure warning system is on or off. And then you also do have your adaptive cruise control. It shows you any warning messages, and then you have your lane departure warning, your pre-collision system, vehicle settings, meter settings. Let's go to vehicle settings, shows you your scheduled maintenance. Meter settings, you can change the units, language, turn the eco on or off, and then you have your drive info too. Overall, I love this new LCD display. It's certainly pretty useful too. Now, as far as the way the RAV4 drives, like with many other of Toyota's vehicles, the RAV4 is a compact crossover that's not supposed to be particularly engaging to drive. It's supposed to hit the sweet spot between decent ride balance and good comfort. The ride quality is fairly smooth. Now, it's not as smooth as it was in years past, but it's smoother than some of the competition in the compact crossover class. The handling is okay, and it's pretty easy to drive this vehicle. Anyone could pick it up real quick, but it's not particularly nimble, and it doesn't offer a whole lot of driver engagement, and it's not particularly precise either. There are some other compact crossovers that do handle a lot better, like the Ford Escape and the Mazda CX-5. Now, the 2.5 liter four-cylinder provides a sufficient amount of power for the RAV4. There's really no need for more power for this vehicle, but many of its competitors do offer more powerful optional powertrains, especially if you're looking for better towing capabilities. Like the Ford Escape comes with a optional turbocharged four-cylinder, and the Chevrolet Equinox has an optional V6. But the RAV4 has the 2.5 liter four-cylinder, which is okay. Now, the 6-speed automatic transmission shifts very smoothly, and it never hesitates to shift. Overall, driving the RAV4, it's a vehicle that's comfortable and easy to live with on a daily basis, and it provides minimal fuss with a decent ride comfort and okay handling. All right, now let's go ahead and shut down the RAV4. Let's go ahead and check out the cargo space and the rear seat leg space for the rear seat occupants. Now, you can get an optional power tailgate on higher end trim levels for the vehicle. The rear seats also do fold down 60-40 split, and it's a pretty easy mechanism, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. But cargo capacity is pretty good. Now, it's not as good as, say, as the Honda CR-V, but it's okay. Certainly competitive for the compact crossover class. The Ford Escape has a lot less than the RAV4 here. Now, to fold down the rear seats is pretty easy. Just pull on this lever right here and they'll come right down. Easy as that. And of course I have to pull up the driver's seat to make it fold all the way down, but it folds flat. These second row seats also do recline. Now, sitting back here in the RAV4, there's a decent amount of legroom, decent amount of headroom, actually a lot of headroom, but there's certainly a decent amount of legroom. for the rear seat occupants. Certainly doesn't feel cramped back here. And you have a rear center armrest with cup holders, rear adjustable headrests, and then dual mat pockets. Overall, it's not too bad back here. But some competitors, like the Nissan Rogue, do offer third row seating. And the Honda CR-V is a little bit roomier for the rear seat occupants, but this is pretty average for the compact car class when it comes to the rear seat legroom. All right. Full manual passenger seat. You also do have a little storage cubby up there in your glove box compartment. So the 2017 Toyota RAV4 is a very well-rounded compact crossover, especially with its new added standard safety technologies. And then also it's very comfortable and easy to live with, provides decent interior space, and it's also very reliable and has pretty good resale value. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.